Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another video. Again, thank you for my new subscribers. Today, I'm going to be talking about Dave Chappelle. Now, he's obviously one of the greats of our current era in terms of comedy, the way he does his commentary. I've actually wanted to hear what he had to say for a while because I know that he and Ye are friends. So I was always interested in what he had to say. He's one of those that's been very quiet. Haven't heard anything, but apparently he did a monologue at SNL. So I'm going to go through it. Obviously, I'm going to pause here and there to give my own, little tidbits, little insights at places I've deemed good or, accurate to just, make slight interjections. So without further ado, again, make sure you share the video. Make sure you subscribe. Of course, new subscribers are welcome, welcome, welcome. Without further ado, let's proceed. Let's hear from Dave Chappelle.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. But before I start tonight, I just wanted to read a brief statement that I prepared. I denounce anti-Semitism in all its forms. And I stand with my friends in the Jewish community. And that, Kanye, is how you buy yourself some time.
This is exactly what Shannon Sharpe was saying to Skip Bayless. He felt like if Kyrie had apologized from the jump, then the litany of things that was thrown at him afterwards wouldn't have happened. But as I said previously, I've said several times before, and I'll say it again, it does not seem that it was even warranted for what he did, because let's not forget, he didn't caption anything, he didn't write anything. So obviously in his mind, he's like, yeah, but what did I do? I would have felt the exact same way. Like, I posted a link and y'all are blasting me like a little child or something. Like I'm being scolded. For what? But let him explain. Let him tell it. You'll see why.
I gotta tell you guys, I've probably been doing this 35 years now.
35 years.
And early in my career, I learned that there are two words in the English language that you should never say together in
What are
sentence.
those words?
And those words are the and Jews. I've never heard someone do good after they said that.
You see what I'm saying? So, any other community, right? We've had for as long as you can go back, right? Obviously because of slavery and whatever, there was issues between blacks and whites. But, now we're in the modern era, right? Everybody recognizes the Constitution as the law of the land. People have open discourses and things like that. People claim to be intellectual and all these things. But he's saying for 35 years, that has been the phrase that you're not allowed to say. I think that sums it up right there. I don't even have to play any more of this because he just gave it to you in the first minute and a half what the issue is that Ye and Kyrie are dealing with. You step on that line mine and everything around you explodes, including you.
Kanye's gotten into some scrapes before. Normally when he's in trouble, I pull up immediately. But this time I was like, you know what? Let me see what's going to happen first. Let's see.
What did I say? I've been asking myself, like, where is Dave in all of this? Like, there's other people that are probably not going to speak out. But those people who are supposedly his friends, and they have a large following. They are superstars, quote unquote. Um, I expected to hear from these people, but everybody was suspiciously quiet. But what did he just say previously? He stepped on a landmine. So now you step on a landmine, what happens? You blow up, right? And there's a area around you that gets blown up as well, right? It's not just you, right? There's the surrounding gets tore up too. So that's why he was a no-show. But just let him continue.
I can't even remember how it started. Vaguely, I remember it started with a tweet, strange tweet. It was like, I'm feeling a little sleepy. I'm gonna give me some rest, but when I wake up, I'm gonna go DEFCON 3 on the Jews. And then he just went to bed. I was up all night worried. What is he gonna do to the Jews?
Yo. I still don't think anybody understands what that means, right? He said it. Everybody lost their minds about it. I don't think anybody took the time to say, well, what does it mean exactly? Right? Nobody said, well, maybe I should look it up and see what exactly it means. Do you see what that says? Can you read that? The defense readiness condition. Defense readiness condition. That's what defense readiness condition. It's not an attack formation. It's a defensive formation.
I grew up around
What's happening? Oh, okay, here we go.
I have a lot of Jewish friends, so I'm not freaked out by your culture. I know a little bit about it just from hanging around. Yo, let's go out after school tomorrow. They'll be like, we can't go out. It's Shanana tomorrow. I'll be like, what? What is Shanana? I had so many questions. Why do some of your people dress like Run DMC? When Kanye woke up from that nap, he went right to work. A year ago, I'd seen him on a podcast called Drink Champs, a great show, and it was an amazing appearance. Noriega and them were there, the rappers that I love, and they all had their gold chains and stuff on. And Kanye said, only millionaires wear chains. They said, what? He said, I'm a billionaire. Billionaires don't wear their money on their body. I tucked my chain and I said, oh, snap.
I've heard a lot of people say that before. I am not sure how true it really is that, people who are super wealthy, they don't wear jewelry, or like you'll never see them in like the gaudy Fendi jackets, with the F's all over it, or the Gucci's and stuff like that. Like you see them and you never really know based on what they wear that they're billionaires. That's what I've heard. Or if they're like super wealthy, like hundreds of millions of dollars, like you'd have to look inside the label of their jacket to see that they're wearing something exclusive. Kind of like that. But again, the billionaire status that he had and then supposedly lost, how many people do you think were even jealous of that? He said Forbes didn't actually want to put him on the list. But they were quick to take him off the list, I must say. That announcement came like that. Anyway, so I move on.
It was a good appearance. It was fun and funny. But when he woke up, he went on Drink Champs again. This time, he was on one. He was mad about something. He said, I can say anti-Semitic things, and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Adidas dropped that nigga immediately.
He did say that, but what did he say right after it? This is the crazy part. He said, I can say some anti-Semitic shit and Adidas can't drop me. But what did he say right after? His classification of anti-Semitic is, I'ma kill this nigga, I'ma F this B. I'ma kill this nigga, I'ma F this B. I'ma kill this nigga, I'ma F this B. That was his classification of anti-Semitic, and he said, yes, that is some anti-Semitic shit. So Adidas, you dropped him for that? I hear that in rap lyrics like all the time. So I'm not really following. That couldn't be what it is, right?
Ironically, Adidas was founded by Nazis. And they were offended. I guess the students surpassed the teacher. It's a big deal. He had broken the show business rules. There's just a rule, rules of perception. If they're black, then it's a gang. If they're Italian, it's a mob. But if they're Jewish, it's a coincidence, and you should never speak about it.
You heard what he just said? It's a show business rule. If it's the Jewish gang, you don't ever speak about it. And that's what Ye said. Now, I'm not in entertainment, not wealthy, shit, I don't even know that many people. But you have to believe that these people in the industry, right, they know what it is. And a lot of them are not going to stick their necks out there like Ye did and lose what they have. That's what it comes down to. Yes, they know about it. He said so in the first minute and a half. The 2 words in the English language that you cannot say, the Jews. He said it. Now he's saying he broke a rule from the entertainment. Yes, we know about it, but you don't say it. Now you see he's using comedy to bring that out, but you have to be able to pick it up. You have to be able to pick up what he's putting down.
Kanye got in so much trouble, Kyrie got in trouble.
Sure did. He sure did. I said that too.
Kyrie Irving posted a link to a movie that he had seen on Amazon. No caption on the post or nothing like that. But apparently this movie had some, I don't know, anti-Semitic tropes or something. It was some weird title like From Hebrew to Negro or something.
The fact that the link was to that specific movie, I think, was the whole problem. If it had been from Hebrews to Asians, Hebrews to Slavics, Hebrews to Japanese, Hebrews to Native Indians, would it have been the same problem? No. The fact that it's Hebrews to Negroes, that's where the problem is. Because don't forget, I don't know how many of you live in places like New York, Philly, where's the other one? Jeez. Texas. Um, there's a few places, right, of these metro type cities. I'm not too sure about LA. The other three I do know. Um, I think Minnesota also, that have Hebrews or Hebrew Israelite populations. You know those guys that they set up on the streets and they wear the traditional garb with their heads wrapped and stuff like that. And some of them, they'll really chew people out, like, use foul language and all of that. Now, you cannot associate everybody with part of those different sectors or sections or segments of Hebrew Israelites because they talk about that having that same affinity. You know what I mean? So if I say I'm a Hebrew, you cannot immediately put me in the category and say, well, oh, so you one of these dudes that be standing on the corner cussing people out. No, this is my platform. My platform is with my family, with my intimate and close friends, like that. We discuss things from the Bible and, different things like that. I don't go out there and put people on blast because at the end of the day, it starts at home, right? So you have to start where you are first before you even try to spread your message, right? You have to have knowledge of self first, then you affect those closest to you, then you move outward. But obviously, the way they're doing it is it's a bit harsh. I've seen some of the videos online of how they go in on people, and yeah, some of them they don't pull no punches at all.
And the NBA told me he should apologize, and he was slow to apologize. And then the list of demands to get back in their good graces got longer and longer. And this is where, I draw the line. I know the Jewish people have been through terrible things all over the world, but you can't blame that on Black Americans. You just can't. You know what I mean? Thanks to the one person that said me.
You notice when he said that how quiet it was? Well, all those people that were making noise and clapping and stuff, he said that, and it's like everybody's quiet. Why? Is somehow what happened to the Jews at the hands of Hitler, that's our fault? How? How, Sway? How? You can tell.
A fair punishment would be you should just post a link to Schindler's List and y'all write your own captions. Kyrie Irving's black ass was nowhere near the Holocaust. In fact, he's not even certain it existed. I saw one news pundit screaming about Kanye. She said, mental health is no excuse for that type of language. Yes, it is, bitch. You can kill somebody if you're mentally ill. Listen, okay, I don't think Kanye is crazy at all. I think he's possibly not well.
You know why he's not well? Or why he might seem that way? Because he's operating on a different wavelength. The only reason there was a narrative put out about him, as I addressed previously, is at the hands of this demon named Harvey Pasternak, or is it Harley? I think it's Harvey or Harley. One of them, doesn't matter. The trainer. He's the one that put out that narrative and then text the guy and said, if you don't get in line, I'm going to put you back in the hospital. That's where the narrative came from. Look at my previous video where I talked about Tucker Carlson airing out the Pasternak guy. That's where the whole narrative came from. He said that Ye made the statement about, make America great again at a rock concert. 2 days later, he was in the hospital after being at this guy's house. Next thing you know, he's on a list of psychotropics, and then, oh, he's crazy, he's cuckoo. That's where the narrative started. Before that, Ye had done some off-the-wall things. Yeah, he said George Bush don't like black people. Okay. Yeah, see that. He did the thing with Taylor Swift. Went up there. I know a lot of people were mad, but whatever. I still don't know any Taylor Swift music, so it doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? Nobody ever thought he was crazy before or had any mental issues. Yeah, he tends to say what's on his mind, so that means he's crazy, no? Yeah, bit eccentric. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that.
Well, I've been to Hollywood. I don't want y'all to get mad at me. I'm just telling you. I've been to Hollywood. This was just what I saw. It's a lot of Jews. Like a lot. But that doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? There's a lot of black people in Ferguson, Missouri. Doesn't mean we run the place.
I think he's being facetious with that comment. It's pretty much what I said earlier. Obviously, he just stated it plainly. There's a lot of Jews in Hollywood. Like I said, I don't know if any black person has went to the theater and been like, oh, this person is Jewish. I'm not going to see this movie. I refuse. No, there's a lot of us that know who these people are in Hollywood that are Jews, because there's so many of them, obviously. Some of them you could tell just by their names. You know what I mean? A lot of them have these. What's the guy's name? Every time I come to say his name, I forget. Anyways, but there's a lot of them. You know what I mean? If you want, you can actually go in your search engine, type in famous Jewish entertainers. You will get a long list. And obviously when you see some of them, yeah, you could tell by name. And when you see some of them, you might actually be surprised. I'm not, because, this stuff, a lot of people in my area have been researching it for years. So we know. You know what I mean? They have a big foot in Hollywood. I say a foot like, their print is large in Hollywood. Obviously, there are people from different backgrounds in Hollywood, like, WASP, white Anglo-Saxon persons, blacks, whatever. But yeah, they have a large presence.
I could see if you had some kind of issue. You know what I mean? You might go out to Hollywood and your mind might start connecting some kind of lines, and you could maybe adopt the delusion that the Jews run show business. It's not a crazy thing to think, but it's a crazy thing to say out loud in a climate like this.
That's what he said. It's not a crazy thing to think it. It's a crazy thing to say it. So he's not discounting what he said. It's just that the fact that he said it out loud, it kind of puts him and people who are probably close to Ye in that position. Well, If we do come and stand with you, that means the bullseye is now on us. Right? Because it's like you're guilty by association. In these inner cities, these urban areas, you and your boys get pulled over in a car and there's a firearm, everybody going down if you're black. Everybody's going down. That's just how it is. So this is one of those scenarios. But I don't know. I feel like there's people out there, like I mentioned Shaq earlier, that, they've been had the bag so long, man. Like, you know, I think Dave Chappelle, he kind of said what he had to say early on and touched on it different places and gave credence to what Ye was saying. But he didn't do it openly. But again, this is his way. So, I can't really fault him for not just coming out and making a plain statement that, yeah, there's a lot of Jews in Hollywood. Yeah, they run a lot of stuff. And, what he said was true. You can't really do it that way. But the fact that he came on there and addressed it from the jump, that had to be on his mind. I don't know if anybody asked him to do that first part of the statement, but what he said right after, the two words that you can't say, that to me is poignant. That's the key right there. That's the cherry on top of the sundae. That part to me is pivotal. That part to me is critical. All right. And that last part he just said too. You can think it, but just don't say it out loud. You say it out loud, you'll get in trouble. Let's end it.